Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a ranked game for you, going over the enemy team. Kurfürst, Yamato, Des Moines Wooster, Gearing, Double Gearing, Khabarovsk, Z52. The map is Shards, and gonna take you through a method of playing Kaba that I haven't really showcased before. This game, it's a DD heavy match, 4 DDs per side. And that's going to open up this play style where I can just escort a destroyer and use them to firm up where my ship is weak. Specifically, spotting destroyers without, being crapped on by a cruiser or something like that. So right here, I'm just taking a preliminary position. I'm expecting a radar cruiser would try to cover B-cap, and not really happening. Got the Wooster that's decided to play A-cap. Stalingrad's going to C-cap. So I'm just waiting here, seeing if somebody's going to turn in or, something's going to change. And I'm watching our Gearing on the mini-map. And he's headed hard to A alone. And so I'm going to ping this guy, Commander Kane, out. You do a great job listening. And he instantly starts backing off. That's going to give me time for myself and the Wooster to get around the island and get into a position where we can support him. And from here, I'm making the transition to, my usual play, using radar to kind of firm up those concealment gaps too. Okay, now I'm escorting this Gearing, and basically my job is to lay down pain to whatever's going to try to harm him. Now, he starts throwing a smoke in here. I don't really need it, but just one of those things. The reason why I say that I don't need it is I'm not going to get that close in here because, again, we don't know where the enemy Des Moines is, where the enemy DDs are. We could have torps already halfway on the way. So, not really going to use this smoke all that much. We can start to see a whole slew of torps coming through here. Do get vision on the Z52. And just going to start throwing some shots out there, see if I can't get any sort of damage on these guys. So again, just suppressing destroyers. Now, this is nice because my position with the Wooster, he's cut this Gearing off, and this Gearing doesn't really have anywhere to go. You can see it on the mini-map, and this Gearing is just getting eviscerated. Now, another one of my priority targets has popped up, the Des Moines, and I'm just going to go to work on him. He's got very little chance at, out-trading me in this sort of position, and I'm thinking that he's just going to try to reverse in behind the island and get safe. I mean, he's got the cap. There's no real reason to be out here. We've got a Yamato pushing up as well. And right here, I see him pushing out. I know he's dead. Only a matter of time now. My shooting isn't the best on this, but is good enough to get most of the damage on this Des Moines. This Des Moines, he shoots at me every now and again, but he pretty much gives up at shooting me because he's not really hitting me, and I think he realizes as a player that it's beyond his ability to really hit me, and so he's just focusing on stuff that he can punish, and just pretty much gonna let me farm him. And that's one of the benefits of this build with propulsion mod and steering gears 3. You can really speed tank a lot of damage just, going back and forth like I'm doing right here. I know there's a lot of people that like to run double rudder. In my opinion, with the turning circle, you need something else to really shake your ability to dodge up. Now, I am going to ping this gearing. He's starting to get a little too far ahead of me. I am much faster than him, but I don't want to risk him coming around that corner to two destroyers. And once I get, within, 3-4 kilometers, give that gearing, the heads up. Hey, let's roll. I'm close enough to you. I can support you if you get in trouble. Let's go do this thing. While I'm going up here, I'm just taking shots at this curve first. You never know. You might light a fire. You might, good things might happen. He and that curve first ends up eating a bunch of daring torpedoes and solves that problem for my team. So at this point, I'm seeing that we can probably drive this and just finish our push right through A, and that's where I'm looking. Again, the smoke here, it's nice, but my objective is to get up in here and pressure B cap, not sit here and farm a Yamato that he's just going to go right around the island. But I do appreciate the sentiment, trying to protect me with smoke. The situation is it's just not needed in this position because everything is going to be far too fleeting to really utilize this smoke to its fullest. Just taking shots at this at that gearing while he's radared. Now I'm gonna get cheeky and just keep shooting the smoke because there's nothing out here that can really spot me. So why not? And I'm just anticipating he's sailing through that smoke, and I did pick up one hit there. Now he's gonna pop out here, and that's gonna be about the end of his day. And there we go. Now I see something that I don't get to do that often in this ship. YOLO time. Pop my repair just on the offhand chance that I'm going to get hit hard. I want to make sure that I've got the maximum amount of hit points available to me. I am loading AP because I've fully intended to take advantage of his stern while I get into position. Now I'm gonna talk you through aiming the torpedoes because it looks very weird. Okay. Number one, this should tell you how slow the torpedoes are. I believe they're 55 knots. I'm inside 2 kilometers. This is a very substantial gap. Now, this Yamato, if I launch my torpedoes there, I'm going to whiff. He's in a hard, uh, hard to starboard turn, and he's basically going to turn like this. So what I need to do, eventually if you watch this indicator very closely, you'll see this indicator. It came out as he was getting, you know, he was angled this way, and it extended out the more broadside he got to me. But as he continues this turn, this indicator will drop in. So you need to lead this indicator in the direction that he's traveling. So I know he's, you know, just crossed broadside, and this indicator is going to start dropping off. So you're going to see me lead the torpedoes really short, and that is because Yamato can change speed fairly well as has a pretty small turning circle for a battleship. So I'm going to drop these torpedoes well in front of the indicator. You can see that turn continuing. And bam, just perfect. Five out of 5 on that first one. I don't think I actually missed a torpedo there. I'd have to go back and listen to the sound of the impacts. And I know that Kleber's here, and this ship loves to shoot Kleber's. Almost got him there. His third time's the charm. Boom. And that mops up this game. So another game just showing you different play styles with Kaba. Get a DD heavy game. You've got some advantages where you can push out there and just ride shotgun with a destroyer, and any fights that they pick, you can come in and just kind of act like a bouncer. Uh, there's no destroyer in the game that wants to mess with a Kaba. It's the ship is a light cruiser, and it also has the advantages of not having a citadel. One could make the claims about AP pen damage, but that's also why you run repair. Um, I know there's a lot of back and forth between other players that some people prefer smoke. I personally prefer the repair party, but also I don't like the legendary module. For me, it breaks the ship by breaking my acceleration and my steering. Basically, I have to give up steering gears 3 for the legendary module, which means if I don't take steering gears 2 instead of my usual propulsion mod 2, um, I end up with an 11-second rudder shift. Now, steering gears 2, you end up with a roughly 9-second rudder shift, which it is a long rudder shift, but you lose out the acceleration, and things like the Des Moines engagement becomes much harder to deal with. Yes, you do get a little bit extra range, but at the end of the day, you know, uh, I survived just fine with the 13.5 kilometer range that I've got. I don't need to stretch it out to a little beyond 14. Um, it's just not it's just not enough bang for the buck for the range. Now the DPM, yeah, I do wish that I could have that DPM, but again, if if I need some way to mitigate the damage, and if I can't have steering gears 3 and propulsion mod 2, um, my boat's lifespan is not going to be as long, and that I think is why a major reason why people who run legendary module tend to run um, a smoke build, and they run the smoke build because they can, just if you're good at pre-planning your smoke, you can sit there and just farm the hell out of people from smoke, and there's really not much they can do about it if you set the smoke up correctly. So again, rambled a little bit here about had some questions about legendary module from the last video, last Kaba video I did a while back. So just wanted to fit that little bit in there. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you later.